Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. Last we left off, we went through a lot of theories and suppositions just to support the idea that Acro could have committed the murder. And we managed to do that, except now we need hard proof that we have unraveled the trick to this case. And apparently, there's a contradiction in Mo's testimony compared to the facts as we know them now. I don't know. The only contradiction that actually, there is this. What does it say? That one happened 6 months ago. Conclusive evidence, meet me at... Okay, well that doesn't do anything. That does not answer the question. I don't know, dude. But before I left off last episode, I said that the only contradiction I could think of is the silk hat. I don't know if they want me to present it again, but I don't have any idea what else to do. So, all I can really say is the silk hat, and I'm gonna throw a stab in the dark. Silk hat. Oh my god, it actually was the silk hat. Oh, yep, We're still going on about the silk hat, being on the floor, yet on the bust. Anyway, the problem here is Max's three symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were two contradictions in Mo's testimony. The silk hat was one, and the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions. You fool! Do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust. It does make sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat, in a sense. Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember what that ventriloquist said in court? He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick? Of course. I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. The roses snagged onto the cards. And therefore, the cloak would be backwards. But if you're looking at the silhouette, you can't tell it's backwards. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? Exactly. Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Ah! Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. Order! This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see what it leads. Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. Okay. No one is fazed. That is pretty bad. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think I didn't? Well, if you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that?
Motive. This witness feels an incredible depth of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster.
And that comes to what I was thinking of at the end of the last investigation phase. I don't think he meant to kill the ringmaster. I think it was just an accident. A complete and utter accident.
Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now.
What do we do?
There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster.
Acro's motive. It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after the recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess.
Are you kidding?
Okay, well, fair enough. Because if I did not take the break, then I have a 36-minute video. And I really don't want to do a 36-minute video. That is way too long. So I will accept this. I will accept this and just keep on going like nothing's happened. I will accept. Yes, I know. I will accept it. It has happened. Let's go. Continue on. I can't believe it. Acro! Well, it is pretty shocking, isn't it?
Well, it definitely is. And to think that he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus, am I that hated?
Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose.
He did? But I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know?
But you're not. Which is kind of the reason why...
Hey, pile! You gonna ignore me after I went through all this trouble to bring you some evidence?
Oh, Detective Gumshoe.
Oh, forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways.
Oh, now, Detective. I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little?
We got some really tasty milk.
How about a card trick, Detective? I can't do Max's voice anymore. My voice is just gone.
Well, while I feel insist.
Now, about that evidence you mentioned. What is it?
There you go.
Huh? Wait, this was yesterday in Acro's room.
Yep, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later.
Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this?
That's why this is all a secret. Look, the details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything, but everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan.
I don't know. Miss Von Karma doesn't seem in control of things in there just now.
Oh, well, you'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion.
Final plans?
Uh-huh. That reminds me. I got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here.
What did he mean by that? The very end part? I'm not sure. Pretty cryptic to me.
Oh, one more thing.
Ah! Don't scare me like that!
Sorry. Anyway, it looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant.
What? For me?
It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy, so hurry up and drink it all before it spoils.
An entire dairy's worth of milk? For me? That does not sound like the circus hates him. No, it doesn't. I mean, yeah, I get the general feel that everyone finds him difficult to work with. But at the end of the day, finding someone and this is in real life too, finding someone difficult to work with does not necessarily translate to you hating that person. The circus does not hate him, clearly, by this action alone.
Court is back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off.
I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime.
Understood. Now, Mr. Dingley.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please proceed with your testimony.
Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
I think I know the answer to this already. I think I do. Well, when we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. You're such a thoughtful young man.
As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such high esteem.
You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there is no real need for a cross-examination now, is there?
Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. I'm telling you. I don't think there is a reason to kill the ringmaster. Like I said earlier, I'm very certain that this is all just one humongous mistake, an accident. Yes, he wanted to kill someone, but he did not want to kill the ringmaster. That I am positive on. And this whole cross-examination is just him talking about how he feels in debt to the ringmaster. There's nothing that we need to learn from this. There's nothing. There's no need to question him now. There's no need to cross-examine this witness.
What's that?
Why was the ringmaster murdered? There's no need to delve into that bit of testimony when I know the answer already.
Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question.
Go ahead, Your Honor.
I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead?
That's the thing. I can't provide one, because Acro has no reason to kill the ringmaster. He has no reason. Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven.
What?
That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all.
How?
Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was, this is the real killer of Russell Berry, ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right, Miss Von Karma.
The end of things?
Acro, you didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night. Exactly. What did you say? I'm saying the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with.
But... Order! Bailiff, I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face. Twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in my courtroom? Ow!
Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to his court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else? That's the question of the day. Ooh, I forgot we had this. The scarf. Rat's scarf. Stained with his blood and a small quantity of pepper. Small quantity of pepper. Interesting. But anyway, yes, I am implying that he's trying to kill someone. So, does she want me to show who he was intending to kill? Oh, because I think I know who he wanted to kill. Let's think about just think about this real quick. Under normal circumstances, Acro would not want to kill anyone in this circus. But circumstances from 6 months ago deemed it made him find it necessary. His brother is near death. Well, technically he's alive and not at death's door, but he's in a coma. So, that said, he was bitten by Regina's lion. So, my theory here is he wants to kill Regina because he blames her for Bat's current condition, because it was her lion that was under her control. So, he wanted to kill Regina. Regina Berry! This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? No. You were really aiming for her that night, weren't you? You don't need to answer that! It's a mean-spirited leading question! He could easily answer this question, Miss Von Karma. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is, you're wrong. That's it. That's it, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough! Mr. Wright, allow me to... The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. Huh? And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Now, show me evidence. I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Barry. Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl. The murder note. Acro put it in Regina's pocket. This is proof that he wanted to kill the young girl. To kill Regina. Acro, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat? Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m. So, you're saying he called Russell Berry with that note? Yes, but there's just one little problem. Problem? Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You mean to say it wasn't for... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours is the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her, which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. So that's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note. That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in that plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake, instead of Regina. That's incredible! Remember the testimony Acro gave us earlier today? Lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived at the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. I've got it! I've got it! Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza. And that's when he let the bust fly. Hey, Nick, isn't Regina listening to all of this from the audience? She is. Unfortunately, it's only going to get harsher from here. Oh, I hope Regina can handle it. So, Acro wrote this note to Regina. foolishly foolish fool with foolishly foolish fool ideas, a foolish something. You're so foolish you've even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this lie. I'll have conclusive evidence of what took place.
Yes? What about that line?
Well, if the note was meant for Regina Barry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Barry is a murderer.
You just don't get it, do you?
What? What did you just say?
The ringmaster knew what that note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter.
Oh, no. That is true.
Oh, that is true. Russell Berry knew the true meaning behind that note. Otherwise, why would he go and try and collect this supposed evidence?
At the end of the day, he
went there to protect his daughter. And in essence, he died protecting his daughter.
Oh my god, this is... Oh my god, this murder is all kinds of wrong. And I don't mean wrong and twisted, yes, but in a sad, sad way.
Oh, none of this should have happened, basically.
Oh, hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note?
The incident 6 months ago. I know all about it. An incident occurred 6 months ago. And now I'm more than ready to show this court what happened at that time.
You moron!
Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case?
It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago.
Really, Nick?
I think so.
Well then, if that's the case, then hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence that mentioned in the note? I'd certainly like to know what it is.
If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually...
the pepper bottle.
The murder note specifically said I had conclusive evidence. Come to the plaza at 10 p.m. And it's in that box. What was in the box? Small seasoning bottle full of
Oh no! Oh no, no! Oh no, oh. I know what the pepper bottle is alluding to. Oh no. Oh, have you ever heard of Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events? Oh my god, this is a complete series of unfortunate events. Oh no. I know what the pepper's alluding to. Oh no. What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for.
What do you mean?
Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence was what was inside.
Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Barry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper?
Taking the note into account, that is the only logical conclusion you can draw.
Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Barry's intended victim? That was her intended victim. But not to be killed. As the butt of a joke. Do you remember that there's pepper on Bat's scarf? Do you remember that Bat made Regina sneeze with a little bit of pepper? I think Regina wanted to do that to Bat. And instead of Bat sneezing, remember what he did right before the incident? He put his head in the lion's mouth. I think you guys get where I'm going with this, but in case you still don't, I'm gonna continue on without saying anything. Oh god.
Who is this?
That is Acro's younger brother. What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead.
Regina. She did that to him.
Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state.
A lion?
Miss Regina Barry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her. It was an accident.
So, then what happened to Acro's brother?
He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident.
I see.
Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory, Nick. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? It was a complete freak accident. I suppose it was truly an accident. It's essential that the man knows when to give up, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
It's impossible to prove Miss Barry's involvement in a murder attempt, isn't it?
Instigating a lion to attack. Who ever heard of something like that? And to think that the defense claimed this was conclusive evidence. A small bottle of pepper. A lion. What's their connection? Exactly. I think Phoenix has finally connected the dots as well. What's the matter, Phoenix? I figured it out. It was right in front of my nose the entire time. Your Honor. Wait.
What is it?
The lion biting Bat was no accident at all.
What?
Oh, you're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There's no way Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother, Bat. I knew it. It pains me to think of this. I mean, I know I said I don't like this case, only because of the way it starts, it builds up to the delivery. But when it gets to the delivery, oh my god. It's like one thing after another. And if you guys still don't know the answer, I'm sorry, but I'm going to cut the video off here. And then we're going to figure it out on the next episode, where this is going to be a big cliffhanger. And I need to recover anyway from my shock too, so... Oh my god. Later, everyone.